Hi guys, welcome to Money Matters, and this is episode 11. My name is Madhura, and I'm your host for today. So, if you are new to Money Matters, welcome once again. This is where we talk about basically money matters, and we will discuss anything and everything. And get different experiences from different entrepreneurs and individuals, so we can learn how we can manage our finances better or invest our money better, and just generally do everything in terms of our money much better. So if you guys are already watching, just do drop a hello in the comments so that I know you guys are watching. I'm super excited for today's session. It's going to be fun. I know a lot of us love this topic, investments. It's a hot topic that everybody likes to discuss. So we're going to be discussing this topic, I think, for the first time on Money Matters. I think even here in this episode, it's more towards getting the experience of our guest speaker, understanding how he did things, and see which one we would like. I mean, what is it that we would like to take away from his experiences and move on from there as well. So every guest speaker we have brings something new, something so personalized to their own lives and their experiences. And I hope that whatever we have to share with you guys today will benefit you guys. So the topic today, as you guys already know, it is investments, the common mistakes made, and how to avoid them. And our guest speaker for today is none other than Mr. Kim Tan, who is the founder and CEO of MIR Maju, and he's also a pioneer in internet marketing. Maybe I can just give a very brief intro on who he is. So Kim Tan actually graduated with a diploma in mechanical engineering, so he was an engineering student, right? And he was eventually working as a site engineer for Mali Cooling Tower, where he was overseeing construction and commissioning for projects as well. But in 2005, when most of us were kids in school, he actually started exploring and venturing into the world of online businesses. So he started by selling ebooks and doing affiliate marketing and so on. And in 2006, he actually started to sell physical products in eBay and leilong.com.my. So he was very successful, and he had turned into a full-time online seller for about 6 years. I think in 2012, he decided that he would like to create a platform for online sellers in a way. So a lot of them have a lot of things to take care of, a lot of different functions to take care of, from the marketing, the supplying of products, importing, storage, picking and packing, everything. There's so many steps in when it comes to online marketing and sales, and it's not an easy feat. And Kim Tan actually decided that he would create a platform where he can provide these services so that they can focus on what they do best, which is selling and promoting their products. So I think it was a very amazing idea, and he started MIR Maju in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. And since then, they are still around. They have helped so many people to do this. I think in the first 3 years itself, they built 93 full-time online sellers. I think that is mind-blowing. So he is somebody who is not only he a great person. I personally love talking to him and learning from him. He always has something new to share with me, so I can always learn when I meet him. But he's an amazing entrepreneur as well. I think he has grown a beautiful business, and he has impacted a lot of people's lives. So we are going to have Mr. Kim Tan here today to talk about investments. So without further ado, let me welcome him onto the stream. Hi, Kim Tan.
Hello.
How are you feeling today?
I'm good. Thank you, Matura.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm super
Right.
excited. So I think I would like to start off with a rapid fire game of sorts that I play with people.
Okay.
Right? It's not hard. I will only ask two questions, but I ask this pretty much to
Okay.
everyone. It really
Okay.
does help people to answer. So
All
I
right.
think the first one is, what is the golden rule you have with regards to money? Like, because everyone has their one rule or things like that. So any golden rule you have with regards to money?
Golden rule. You talking about money, yeah? Okay. Uh, when you have the money in hand, spend it wisely. And if you want to invest it wisely. Don't simply invest it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That I think that is a very important rule. Regardless lah,
But
whatever.
if you don't have the money in hand, then go and look for the money. Go and earn it.
Makes sense.
Work hard and work smart to earn it.
Okay. Uh, my next question is quite related to this one, which is what is the
Yeah.
one biggest mistake you have made with regards to your money?
Oh, it's about wrongly invested in something that I didn't study properly in advance.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
okay.
actually, not really didn't study properly. I did do some research and study about the investment, but
Yeah,
it is just not deep enough.
okay.
Uh,
I think that is a very valuable point that you brought up for our topic today, right?
okay.
Not
Mm,
like understanding the thing well enough before we venture into it. So,
mm,
if you guys are watching, this is what we're going to be talking about. I think investments, the different things, different investments that are available out there. I think if you Google, there's like so many types of investments we can go into, and it can be
yeah,
very confusing. So,
yeah,
what we are trying to do here is not like tell you guys what to go and invest in.
yeah,
We are not preaching anything, or I mean, we're also not authorized to go and
yeah,
advise people on what to do it. But we are sharing our, I think we are sharing our experiences so that you guys can learn from our experiences as well.
yeah.
So, I'm curious, Kipta, when did you actually start investing? How did your investing journey start in a way?
Oh, I think I started investing quite an early years after
Okay.
Form 5. In fact, actually, after I started to earn my first salary, I started to invest already. That
Okay.
time, not much cash in hand and all that.
Yep.
So I started to buy some mutual fund. Started to put the money in FDs and all that lah. Because I know that time I think we still haven't got those. You remember the rich dad poor dad
Yeah.
those kind of day that, but that time I still don't have yet, but somehow I do have those kind of mindset in mind already. So we need to let the money work hard for us. So I started to buy some mutual fund at least lah during that time.
Okay, okay. How if you don't mind, how did you actually get that mindset? Because a lot of people, even people who have been like accounting students or finance students like me, don't really think about this part. So how did you actually, get it in your
I
head that you should be investing?
I really don't know, but I think I do readings lah. I read. I
Okay.
read from newspapers. I think mostly from newspapers because during those time we still don't have online news as much as what we are doing having now.
Yep.
So most of the thing comes from newspaper. So during that time, I actually read a lot of newspaper every day. I read newspaper.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Okay, I make sure I have my paper every morning.
I'm personally trying to, keep more in touch with the news now and actually read. And I know it's so hard. It's a lot of things to be done. So yes, a lot of kudos to that. That is amazing.
Yeah.
So you started off with like mutual funds and money, FDs and all of that. Uh,
Mm.
how did that evolve, and what did you actually move on to after you started off with these things?
Oh, okay. After mutual fund, you know lah, mutual funds, FDs. Mutual funds sometimes you make losses, you don't even make money. Depend on when you cash it out. FD you do make your money, but it's very very slow. So when that considering that when we want to have better returns, when we want to have faster returns, bigger returns, then started to look into more riskier, riskier investment tools and all that already. So,
Okay.
like that, lor.
What are there any examples of what were the things you got into? Because I think like everybody, even my age, like, oh, okay, shares, property, that's the first few things they are talking about. What, but there's also, I know some people who will go into some, there's some new things with regards to insurance or things like that. There's different investment opportunities that are coming up. So what were the ones that you entered into?
Yeah, you talk about insurance. Yeah, because I read articles and I attended classes. I do understand that insurance itself is not a good investment. It's not good for investment.
Hmm.
So basically, for myself, I separate my insurance just for protection purpose. No
Okay.
investment element inside. So I reduce those element the most. That means I reduce my cost, but
Mm.
I put all those extra cash into other type of investments. So
Okay.
I'm also an open-minded person,
Yes.
whereby I'm a risk taker. I do consider personally lah. Personally, this is not an advice. So personally, I do. I'm okay with alternative investments. So those that I've invested agarwood plantations, agarwood trees, Bitcoin mining,
Yep.
properties, stock, and of course, if you ask me, the most uh, uh, best investment for me is actually invest in the business lah.
Okay. Okay. I think it's a wide range and there's a lot of things we
Right
can talk about.
lah.
So okay, let's say I think some of the mistake part of it, right? Because some of it always it's not like when you invest everything goes wrong or everything goes right. There's always going to be some things that go right and go wrong. So maybe we can talk about the ones that went wrong first. So what were the investments that didn't necessarily go as planned for you?
Got lah. Like I mentioned just now, agarwood,
Yep.
So when I invested, it's actually an introduction from a friend. So we are actually buying trees. Okay, we buy agarwood trees. One tree, I don't know, I can't remember. I think it's about 2,000 ringgit. So we are supposed to, okay, let's say after the whole scheme goes like this. So I buy the tree from the seller, and then after that they will take care of the tree for us for 3 to 5 years. After that, they will harvest, and once they harvest, they will the most important thing they harvest will be the agar resin, because that
Mm.
is very valuable. So agar resin, after they sell the resin, then we get our returns. So on paper, the return will be like like we invested 2,000 per tree. In return, on paper, it can go for 4,000 up to 6,000 in about 3 years time once they harvest. So
Wow.
that actually looks very good, very promising.
Yep.
And I did do some studies and all that, but not deep enough. So the failure comes when the seller actually cannot find buyer for the resins. Mm. Okay,
Okay.
so it hangs there.
Yeah.
We do get the harvest and everything. There's money in it. The racing is there, everything is there, but nobody is buying. Even though the world agar wood racing is high.
Yep.
So if only if got people buying it.
Yes. Okay, okay. I think a lot of us will not don't really know that we must look into these things as well. Like if it is something where you invest in a product and eventually you will be able to sell the product and then make your funds back, will you be
Yeah.
actually be able to sell the product? I think this will even also come into like things like property and all of that as well. You don't just go just randomly buy any property you feel like buying. I need to see whether this is a place you would be able to sell and all of that as well, right? So
Yeah.
I like that. I like what you shared. If you guys are watching and you have any examples of the kind of investments you guys do, so like how Kimtan is saying, the different kinds of investments he has had, share with us what are the investments you guys do as well, so that we can learn from each other, see what are the other options that we have as well. So other than this Agawood thing, what were the other things you went into, Kimtan?
Those rare one will be Bitcoin mining. I
Okay.
bought Bitcoin mining machines.
It's a shiny word now, lah.
Sorry?
It's Bitcoin is a very shiny word. Everyone likes to talk about. But I think you went within the at the beginning stages, right?
Okay, I bought I bought them. Okay, because Bitcoin. I think everybody knows Bitcoin lah now. So during that time, I was actually thinking of either okay, there's two way we can uh, play lah. I use the word play. Play Bitcoin. Either you buy and sell Bitcoin as it is an investment tools like stock and all that. You buy low and sell high, or you mine the Bitcoin. You help people to process and mine the Bitcoin. So these two things comparatively, Bitcoin mining are the safer bet.
Mm.
Okay, very very safe. As in, we are like a processor, we are like we buy a computer, a CPU to process, just to help people processing. So by processing, helping people to process, actually we make money, we make a little bit out of it and all that. And actually that works out good initially, because the coin that we helped to process, the payback was quite okay. But actually, after that, Bitcoin do decrease in value for about a year or so.
Yep.
During that time, we cannot actually we cannot even recover back our electricity bill, because the machine actually consume a lot, very very high electricity bill. One machine actually consume how much? I can't remember. I think about 1,500 to 2,000 ringgit of electricity per month.
Okay.
One machine. You imagine if you have 10, 20 machines.
Oh God. Oh God. Okay. That's
That's the thing.
perspective.
All right.
So I think this is also very interesting. Like we see it, okay, this is a much more safer option and all of that, but again we don't see the whole picture. So when we go into it, we miss out certain things, and then it then turns out
Yeah,
to not be.
for the Bitcoin machine, actually, I miss out I underestimate the fluctuation of the Bitcoin value,
Okay.
because we assume that it will stay there for quite some time, but we didn't expect it to dip so much until that the earning that we got from the mining cannot cover the electricity.
Yep.
All right. So if if you read the news lately for about a year or so, there are many people, many so-called Bitcoin mining farm kena raid, raided by the authorities because they are actually stealing electricity.
Mm.
So the
Okay.
reason they steal electricity to mine is because if you actually play fairly, pay electricity bill, uh, you cannot make money because the electric is consumption is very high.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So they have to steal. Okay, I mean they don't have to steal; they just close out the farm lah. But
Yeah.
they choose to steal to mine. But I think that's not proper lah.
Yep. 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 Agreed. Agreed. I think one of the things when we were having our conversation earlier, I found very interesting is that so there's this. I was sharing a story with Kimtan about how a particular person I know had a relative who they kind of like had a friend who came and pitched to them and said, if you put in like 1,000 ringgit and in 2 weeks time you're gonna get back 2,000 ringgit, and this
But 2
person
weeks
got
time
super
not very
excited.
good.
I'm like, wow, such a good investment. And then the second thing comes to my mind is cannot. Why? This too unrealistic, right? But then so this particular person is actually educated compared to their family members and all of that. They were much more wiser in a way. But they even did take up literally all their savings. They paja their gold. They put all of it together
Yeah.
and invested into this thing. 1 week later, the guy goes missing, and there's literally all their money is gone. So when I was sharing that, I liked what you were sharing, Kim Tan, in the sense that it's not like it's a bad investment or good investment and all of that. At the end of the day, it's whether you want to put in, go into this thing after you do your studies, and then
Okay.
whether you're okay to lose the thing, right? The risk, whether
Yes,
to
yes, yes.
accept the risk.
Yeah, I think most important thing is whether whatever investment regardless a proper one, the mainstream one or alternative investment, you need to make sure that whatever money that you take out, you are okay to lose everything of it, all every single cent of it. If you're okay with it, by all means, go ahead, because you are taking some risk in expectation for some good returns, one.
Yep.
So there's nothing like, if you ask me, there's nothing as no risk, high return one.
Yep.
It's what
This is
I'm most
100%,
interested.
100% good. Double your money, man. I think the risk must be out
Double
of
your
it.
money in 1 week or 2 weeks time. Wow, that was okay, too good to be true lah.
Amazing, amazing. I like what you said about that. Like, really understand the risk and then accept it. If you can, if you feel like it's too risky for you, and if something goes wrong, you're not going to be okay with it. Then might as well don't go
Then
for
no lah,
it.
no lah. I've seen, like you said, I've seen a lot of people, they pajak their house. They go and sell the house. They go and pajak their gold, everything, just to get the money cash, to do some weird investment.
Yeah.
I
Oh man.
think that is not proper lah, not proper.
Yep. Okay. So speaking of like the more normal, the more heard of in investments, right? So do you invest into things like shares and properties and all of that as well?
Oh yes, yes, yes. I do invest in properties, and but bear in mind, properties are actually, in the long run, properties are good investment if you ask me. And but don't but the bad part about property is not very liquid. It's not that you need the money, you can sell it tomorrow. No,
Yep.
you can't. Sometimes it takes years to sell a property, even though like now, a lot of shop lots got value, but
Yep.
there's no buyer.
Yep.
The value of the shop lot is like, oh, a few million there, but yeah lah, you can ask for a few millions, but who is going to buy?
Yep.
Can't even get issue the loan to the potential buyer. So
Yes.
those are the thing we need to be aware of, if you are going into property.
Yep.
And
I
of course, stock also same lah. Stock is very, very liquid, but make sure you know what you are buying lah.
Yes, yes. I think sometimes people will be like, okay, my friend bought this, so I shall buy this stock as well. How did you actually get started with regards to stocks and all that? Like,
I started to get involved in stock by attending some classes lah.
okay,
I I I I learn from gurus. Nowadays there's a lot of gurus and all that. So I attend classes, and I study the stocks. But even then, also I'm not confident enough to go into shares, because even I studies and all that. After I attend the classes, I didn't really go into stock and shares yet,
yep,
until actually lately, where those cash in hand. I'm more can take more risk lah, put it that way. So then only I started to go in slowly, little bit by little bit.
yep. I think
Uh,
I have a question. So it's like a lot of people my age, generally, the trend I'm noticing is we are all very raring to go and invest into things. But I also see that most of my people my age who are raring to go and invest, they can't even spot like the most obvious of not so good investments, or like sometimes
uh,
even potential scams. They can't even notice it even though it's right in front of their face. So what would you suggest for people who are youngsters like me? Where do we start? How do we prepare ourselves in a way
oh,
to not
I can't imagine. I mean, what do you mean by raring to go all out? What
like
kind of
most
investment
of
are
the
you
time I'm
talking
like,
about?
oh, I must go invest, let's go invest. I mean, they are having
Yeah,
this
I'm going to
conversation about
invest,
it.
but what type of invest?
It really depends. Some of them are just saying the sentence and that's it.
Oh,
that's,
okay.
that's the issue, right? A lot of them have these discussions going on, but the actual application hasn't really started. So if we need to actually want to get started, where should we actually start, and how do we ensure we don't get into huge amount of trouble now itself? Like,
Oh,
prepare ourselves. What are the things we must watch out for in a way?
oh, okay. I think the most important thing is you need to know what you are investing in. That's a basic stuff lah. Okay,
Yep.
so if you need to have a very in-depth study of whatever it is, either mainstream or alternative, you ask all sorts of questions. Ask the person who try to sell, if it is alternative investment, so ask them, how are you going to sell it? Let's say if it is a product or if it is a service, how am I going to cash out? All those detailed questions, actually it makes a lot of sense. If whether the guy can give you the answer or not. If the guy cannot even give you an answer, I would say just forget about it lah. Okay, but for mainstream one, mainstream investment like property and stocks, there are many classes that we can attend. So I think I would suggest attend the classes, learn the topic first before you started to invest in those things.
Yep. Okay. Okay. If you guys are watching and you have any questions for Kim Tan, please do drop it in the comments. I think we can take it. I like how Wasla said, "Ascendance is my investment." Thank you, Wasla, for
Halo masalah.
Kim Tan is also one of those amazing people who invest into the young via Ascendance. So thank you so much for being
Right.
our corporate partners as well. So I liked what you shared. I think also the other thing I personally have learned, like especially last year, I see a lot of people, youngsters, did not even create like a basic savings, emergency
Yeah.
fund, those kind of stuff. But they're
Yeah.
already jumping into the investment part. So it's like have the savings part sorted out first
Yeah,
before you.
yeah. Glad to bring this up. Yes, yes. Have the savings part sorted out first. So make sure you can survive at least 6 months to 1 year before you started to invest.
Yep.
That means you survive without any work, without anything. Your cash is enough for you to survive for 6 months. Then only you take out some of it, maybe 10% of it for investment.
Mm.
If you about that lah. Rule of thumb lah, rule of thumb.
Yes, agreed, agreed. Okay, okay. I think that was a good one. We were also speaking about businesses, like you said, that is one of your best investments in a way. So, what were your business ventures, and what were the things you did? What went wrong? What went right for you?
Oh, okay. Okay. As you know lah, to start up a business, you need a lot of money, cash to start up everything lah. So consider that as an investment lor, if you ask me.
Yep.
So to start a business, I think okay. The reason if you ask me, I think business is a good investment because a lot of whether the business can become successful or not is depend on us.
Yep.
Majority part of it depend on us whether we want to make it success or we don't want. So that alone actually give a lot of control for that particular so-called investment. So
Yep.
we are in control lah, if you ask me. And
Yes.
then so that is business. And then the other thing that I would advise lah, a lot of advise people is to invest in knowledge. And then okay, if you when you started to invest in businesses, if you manage it properly, if you run your business properly, I think profit is not a problem. So most important thing after we got the profit lah, I think maybe can consider allocate a certain percentage of it for retraining purpose, train ourselves, buy knowledge, attend classes, all those kind of things, so that we can add value to our ourselves lah.
Yep.
Don't buy cars, don't buy cars and all that. If you ask me, I'm not sure.
I agree. Don't.
If you ask me to buy cars, yes, buy cars. If your business require you to have a good cars, then by all means, please go ahead because that is considered an investment. But
Yep.
if your business doesn't require you, like myself, my business doesn't require me to drive a good car and doesn't require me to know to drive a BM, a Merc, to go and meet people. I don't need to actually.
Yes.
So to me, I think for a car for me is a tools for me to move from point A to point B. So
Yep.
I'm not into that lah personally. All right, but if your business require you to, by all means, please go ahead.
Agreed. I
Uh,
think I
so
think a lot of us, even people, like youngsters like us, we just want to hit the checkpoints, right? Get the car. The moment you get a job, must get a car kind of thing. But actually, it's most of the time it's not necessary, especially in this era. A lot of us can work
yes,
from
yes,
home and
yes.
all of that. So
Mm.
I like what you shared about that. And to be honest, guys, if you guys are watching, anytime I meet Kim Tan, he always has something new that he has learned, and he will happily share it with us. So I absolutely enjoy my meetings with Kim Tan. So he's always sharing something new, and I will get newer ideas when I go and meet him as well. So definitely go for what he says in terms of like upskilling yourself and relearning and improving yourself. You're never too good enough to stop improving. So I like that philosophy that you carry with yourself as well. Okay. So
Right.
yes, Kimtan, you're saying.
No, nothing.
Okay, let me see. Oh, yes. Okay, Hira says yes, Kimtan is amazing. So we have a fan club here for you.
Thank
Um,
you.
we have, I think we are almost like 30 minutes in, so maybe we can just do a quick wrap up in the sense. But before we, wrap up the whole thing, I am curious, right? So earlier you were saying more towards like spending wisely and investing wisely and all of that. So I think we spoke a lot about investing wisely lah. Make sure you know what you're investing into. Don't put everything into one basket and get into a
Mm.
lot of trouble. All those kind of stuff as well. In terms of like spending and all of that, earning and spending, what are the you know advice or experience you personally have that you can share with us?
Earning and spending. I personally are very, very what's the word for it? Trivious person, is it? I,
Thrifty.
that means I don't spend lavishly.
Okay, thrifty. Yes.
Thrifty person. So I don't spend lavishly. Personally, I think that's my personal character lah.
Yep.
So in on the negative side, this type I think I'm not enjoying life. So I just work and work. So I think that part also we need to balance up a bit lah.
Yep. Okay.
In terms of spending. So I think it's good to enjoy life a little bit on and off. I think it's good lah. But treat yourself good if you are making money and all that. But don't overspend.
Yep. Yep. I think one of the
Save,
rule.
save first lah. Save first lah. I think I would say save first
Yep.
lah. Save money first.
Yep.
Oh, what do
A,
you
a
think?
a lot of people I meet with, I think it's getting the very basic rule, which is like don't spend beyond what you earn. I think if you get that under control itself is very good already, because a lot of people do spend more than what they earn in a way. So I think that is also a very very important. If you're a young person like me, get that part sorted out and get the savings part sorted out, so that eventually you have a very solid foundation in a way, right? Then you can move on to take higher risk and do more things and explore and have fun also.
Mm.
Do you okay? This is, I don't know. This is a personal opinion of mine. I think things like traveling is a good investment, because like I get to
Oh,
learn so much.
yeah.
Are you somebody like that, or do you not travel at all? What do you think about this?
I actually love traveling. My traveling are more for relaxation of the body and mind.
It
Okay,
is
so
important.
I think that's important lah. That's important. Sometimes we need to take a break lah.
Yes. Yes. So these kind of things also are investments. I think as much
uh,
as we invest our money, which is what we spoke a lot about, but I think we also spoke more about investing our time into things. So like if you start a business, it's you not just putting your money in, you have to put in a lot of time and energy into it as well to kind of get the return. So be wise
yep,
with regard to what you spend your money on, but also what you spend your time on as well. I think that would
yeah,
be
true lah. Very true.
So any last parting words for us today as we end today's sessions? If you guys have any questions, this is the time to ask. But if you don't have, then we can have like a last word from Kim Tan and we can end today's session. Anything? What? Anything you'd like to conclude on, Kim Tan?
Not really, but just maybe if when it comes to investment, I think have an open mind and study the topic properly before you put in your money.
Yep.
And if that is done enough of that, I think no matter what investment, it should be safe lah. You know, but make sure your risk appetite, you can take that kind of risk also lah. Just make sure that only lah.
Yep. Okay. Risk appetite, make sure you do your research and know what you're
Yes.
getting into. So yeah, that was Kim Tan, guys. I love his sharing. If you would like to know more about his background and story and all of that, and if you're watching on YouTube, you can go to ET Boost YouTube page. He actually has been featured on the series called Gen Y Vibes, where we go deeper into his experiences of starting this internet marketing business and all of that. So do check it out. I personally watched it and I enjoyed it a lot. So I'm sure if you guys like what he shared today, you'll learn more in that series as well. So thank you so much, Kim Tan, for
Thank you.
joining us today. I loved your sharing. I personally learned a lot. So for me, I tend to be a very judge. So is it judgmental? I'm like, oh, okay, this is good, this is bad, and I'm quick to jump into conclusions, right? I liked how you said keep an open mind, because actually at the end of the day, it's just all just opportunities. Whether you want to go for it or not, it's a decision you need to make, and I think that is something all of us can keep in mind as well. So thank you once again, and for those of you who are watching, we have an exciting episode next week on Money Matters. We have episode 12, which is we're going to be featuring Mr. Kanan on the topic of sustaining your business through highs and lows on 9th of May, 3 to 3:45. If you guys don't know, it is Mother's Day, but I'll be featuring my father. He's the guest speaker on next week's show. So if you guys are interested, do RSVP. I will be putting out the links on my social media and all of that. Do join us. I would love to have you guys. This is going to be an interesting topic. I think Kim Tan also would be a great person to share on this topic of when your business goes up and down, how do you ensure it sustains and doesn't die off? So it will be a very interesting topic. See you guys next week on that. Once again, thank you, Kim Tan, and bye,
Thank you.
guys. See you next week
Bye.
on Matters.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching, and please do like and subscribe so that you never miss an episode. Do share this episode with your friends and family. And if you like this episode, leave us a review on our Facebook page, facebook.com/simplyempowering. Money Matters is where we aim to provide valuable content to inspire and empower you on your money matters. Thank you once again for watching this episode, and see you guys at the next one.